My secret to the fluffiest sourdough pancakes. Hey, what if I told you that you could wake up on a lazy weekend morning and, in less than 30 minutes, be eating the lightest, fluffiest, most delicious sourdough pancakes you ever had? No overnight prep, no complicated steps, just pure, tangy pancake perfection. Today, I'm showing you my go-to recipe for turning that sourdough discard into a breakfast masterpiece. Let's do this. If you're part of the sourdough club, you know the struggle is real. You got this jar in your fridge, your beloved sourdough starter, and every time you fill it, you're left with the discard. It feels wrong to throw it away, right? It's full of so much flavor potential. Well, this recipe is the ultimate answer to the discard dilemma. We are making quick and fluffy sourdough pancakes, and they are so good. You might find yourself feeding your starter just to have an excuse to make them. This isn't the kind of recipe that needs you to plan the night before. This is the spontaneous, my kids want something amazing for breakfast right now recipe. And the sourdough discard gives it a beautiful subtle tang and an incredibly tender texture that you just can't get from a regular pancake. Let's get our pancake party started. It's so simple to make. In a large mixing bowl, we're going to combine our dry ingredients. We got 1.5 cups of self-raising flour. If you couldn't find self-raising flour, you can mix 1.5 cups of plain flour with 3 teaspoons baking powder mixed together. Alright, second dry ingredient is a tiny 1/8 teaspoon of sea salt. If you're using table salt, you can increase that into the 1/4 teaspoon of them in order to make all the flavors pop. The dry ingredient is 2 tablespoons of caster sugar. For a little sweetness, you don't want your sourdough pancakes become too sour. Quick mix and set it aside. Now for our wet ingredients, in a separate clean bowl, we're going to add our 2 fresh eggs. And next ingredient is 1 cup of fresh full cream milk. This is our moisture base, keeping the batter smooth and pourable. Whole milk will give you richer flavor, but any milk works. That's our star of the show. This is where things get excited. The natural acidity from the starter tenderizes the gluten, which means a softer bite. And the wild yeast and bacteria give us a subtle tangy flavor. Straight from the fridge. Totally fine. No need to warm up. 1 cup of sourdough discard. And if you are new to my channel, don't forget to click on the subscribe button. Click on the notification bell so that you won't miss out any upcoming delicious recipes. Now for the next wet ingredient is drizzle in 2 tablespoons of canola oil or any melted butter will do. Oil adds fat, which keeps pancake moist and helps prevent sticking in the pan. Canola oil has a neutral taste so it doesn't overpower our tangy sourdough notes. Holding up the Danish whisk, and for this I love to use my Danish dough whisk. It's not just for a bread, it's brilliant for combining thick batters like this without over mixing. We will just mix them together until they are combined. If you couldn't find, you can always go to myhankery.com/shop to purchase. It delivered to Australia wide. Alright, here comes the most important rule of Pancake Club. Do not overmix. I'm serious. To get a super fluffy, tender texture, we need to be gentle, using the Danish whisk and just well mix. See that a few lumps are not only okay, they are your best friend. Those lumps are a sign that you haven't overworked the gluten. Lumpy batter equals fluffy pancakes. Trust me. Now, I know we say this was a quick recipe, but just 5 to 10 minutes of resting time for the batter is a total game changer. It allows the flour to hydrate and the self-raising flour to start working its magic. While it's resting, let's get our pan hot. The key to perfectly even brown pancakes is not having the pan too hot. Add a little butter, and once it's shimmering, it's time to cook. You know it's time to flip when you see bubbles forming all over the surface and the edges start to look a little dry and set. That usually takes about 2 to 3 minutes. Then give it a confident flip. Tiny bubbles are forming on top, slowly popping one by one. That's our cue. Those bubbles mean the center is cooked through while keeping all that airy lift inside. Let's cook again. I pour a ladle of batter right into the center, about 3 in the hot pan. Within moments, little bubbles begin to appear on the surface, popping one by one like tiny promises of fluffiness. The edges start to turn a soft buttery gold, while the center rises, puffing up as the heat works its way through the batter. The scent is incredible, warm, slightly tangy from the sourdough. The pro tip is I slide my spatula underneath and voila, flip, revealing the perfect even golden brown base. It's soft but springy to the touch, almost like a little pillow in the pan. Stack them on a plate. Just look at that stack. They are so incredibly light and fluffy. Now for the best part, a perfect pat of butter, a generous drizzle of maple syrup, and a handful of fresh berries, raspberries, blueberries, or even blackberries. This is what weekend dreams are made of. Wow, that's unbelievable. They are so fluffy and light. With the subtle, delicious tang from the sourdough that just balances the sweetness of the syrup perfectly. You have to try this. And this is how you turn your sourdough discard into the most amazing breakfast over the weekend. I really hope you give this super simple recipe a try. Here's recap my sourdough pancakes recipe, or you can go to hankery.com for print out recipe. If you want to try out other sourdough discard recipe, why not check out the next video, sourdough crepes. They are so simple to make. If you enjoyed this recipe, please give video a thumbs up, subscribe to the Hankery channel and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out any upcoming recipes.